All right, to watch this video for June 22nd, it's going to be Thursday. Starting off with my equity curve, like I said I'm going to do. You can see the date. This is January 1st. Actually, January 3rd was the first trading day of the year. But anyway, January 1st through now June 21st. Another nicely green day, and we're just still climbing higher. I'm going to show you this every day, so just you can keep track of me. Just prove I'm practicing what I preach. A little screenshot of, whoops, that didn't work. Little screenshot of my trading record today, 7 for 7. Happy with that too. Also, a nice announcement for all of our current chat room members. We are on the cusp of having a very high quality sound setup where Wayne and I will be on the mic together every morning to trade the first hour, hour and a half. So the sound quality is perfect. We can both be on. One of our mics won't cut out the other one. And we've gotten great feedback when we've experimented with it. Members seem to love both of us talking back and forth about setups because they get to hear both of our takes on it. And and I'm looking forward to it because I don't want to miss any of Wayne's calls. And now that we can both be on the mic at the same time, I'm pretty excited about that. So that's coming up. It's going to be a regular thing. We're going to run a couple tests, and pretty soon it's going to be an everyday thing. So excited about that. All right. The SPY here, to me, just a clean pullback to the 20, right? You had one here, you had another one here. Volume's not really significant, so we can just go ahead and continue with our normal watch list. So CTL has been on bounce watch for a couple days in a row now. No trades in it again today. Kind of like Pandora, the letter P. We were watching that several days in a row. We finally got a nice trade in that one. Same thing here. I'm just going to keep watching this one. It's oversold and looking for a bounce. Again, no trades in it today. RIGL had this nice 10 million share pop from whatever it was, the low of 250 to over 3 on an intraday basis a couple days ago. Now you've got a couple days lower on declining volume. Pretty good setup to turn back up here, so that one goes on watch for a bounce. ADMP seems to have found support down here, closed above its open today. I love this thing over 510 because that's a crystal clear 2-day high. But we'll see. We're going to watch it and see if it gives any kind of a clean setup. It's a nickel spreader, so it doesn't really make it easy, but I do think this one has the potential to rip back higher one of these days based on recent news and the chart action. So let's keep our eyes on ADMP, AGEN. Now you've got a 2-day. I remember yesterday I said I like this one maybe over 4. No trades in it today, but now you've got a crystal clear 2-day high right around $4. So a push through 4 could get this one going. So we're going to watch AGEN. PRAN is a very low volume stock, but I do like the breakout yesterday and then a quiet inside day today. I still think it needs to get over the half. Probably, I don't know. I'm not in love with this because today only traded 60,000 shares, so it's almost like nobody is watching this thing. So, put an asterisk by that in your notes that I'm not in love with that one. HOS, man, hats off to the group in chat today. So many people were all over this. I never caught a trade in it. I love the chart. I actually had a nice morning, so I just kind of, me, I back off when I've had a nice morning because I don't like to give any money back. But people were posting this thing. You had the early high, kind of an intraday cup and handle with catalysts above. People were posting it right in here, and look what happens when it breaks this little flag. Ends up going up, basically to that $3 area. And the daily looks strong. But to me, the best trade in it was today that many in chat were all over right here. This little high of day flag break. So I already feel like I'm chasing, but that doesn't necessarily mean I am. If this can break through 3 on volume, it's still interesting to me. I'd like to see it flag for a few days first. But anyway, it goes on watch. ZN. Crazy move. What day is this? Wednesday. So crazy move on Monday. Almost a round trip on Tuesday, but then it found some legs again on Wednesday. So this one goes on watch. If it gives a low risk setup, could give a nice long trade. So I'm going to watch it. EKSO. You had this big 2-day, 2 or 3 day, basically 2 big days of volume, and now you're kind of flagging, right? If you can picture a trend line there, let's switch to 15-minute candles. You've got a lower high here, another lower high. I like this, maybe over today's high, $1.95. Should easily get you through that $1.98, that next lower high after the big move. And then you got a possible whole number inflection point breakthrough too, and then maybe a retest of these recent highs. So let's keep our eyes on EKSO. It's a pretty good setup there. Again, one potential catalyst would be 195. That might be enough to get everything started. as I'm saying this, I already wrote it down. I have 195 in my notes. XGTI is kind of an off the radar play because you did have big volume back here. You kind of had nice secondary volume here, but you had a high of 229. Do I have that right? Yeah, 229 here. Then a lower high of 213. And then a lower high of 209. So you have stacked catalysts, and now you're kind of flagging sideways. 204 over today's high, and I'll switch to 15s again. Let's go to 60s. 204, which is a break of today's high, might be enough. And there you can see on 60s, kind of a nice pennant, if you will. Over 204 might be worth a shot. I'm a big fan, though, when these things have high relative volume recently, and you don't really have that, but I am putting 204 in my notes. You did have a nice pop back here. This 1 hour candle was 2 million shares, so it is kind of interesting on some people's radar, but you know, I don't know. It's kind of a handsome daily chart with the pop here and then kind of a possible trend line break to the upside. Anyway, we'll keep our eyes on that one. MYO. Okay, MYO just made this insane move from $7 to over 23 in 3 sessions. And now, just like that, in you know, after today, we're down to almost 14. We're down to 1485 from you know, just a couple sessions ago, over 23. You know, maybe it needs to come in another day, but this is one that might surprise you and rip back higher. Let's look at it on 15s. Pan out a little bit. So there's your big move, and now you could kind of argue, you know, you've got a partial retracement going on, a little bit of a flag pattern on 15s. Anyway, I'm going to start watching it for a bounce as early as tomorrow. I'd like to see this come down a little bit more to retrace part of this crazy move. But, you know, it was on lower volume today compared to the last few days. So I think it's time to start watching it for a potential bounce already tomorrow. And lastly on my list, I've got CXRX, which has had some nice moves. Nice move here, nice move here, and it's gone into kind of quiet mode. And then today, 2.6 million shares. If it breaks today's high over $1.40, I look to the left. It might just get through this, you know, this 141, and that's kind of any recent resistance. So I like the volume today. I like this up in the low 140s. This one just might rip, so keep your eyes on that one. I'm going to put 1.42 as a potential catalyst. And that's it. Hopefully we'll find some nice gappers in the morning. I had a real nice day today, and it feels like maybe summer's going to start picking up a little bit, and you know, maybe we can get a fantastic rest of the summer like we had last summer. So anyway, I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.